Hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of Banter Blitz, the show where we play exciting Blitz chess games and talk about them. And what's our tagline? Banter Blitz is supposed to be fun? Let's try. And I know what you're thinking. What is Jan doing? He's wearing a sweater. Does he not care anymore? What's going on there? And of course, nothing could be further from the truth. The Chess24 stylist, the team of stylists, but the head stylist, she told me, Jan, you have to become more relatable. She has a weird accent, not my fault. So you cannot be suit and tie every day. You must wear normal clothes. You must be more like man of the wood. You try this sweater. Look, good looking sweater. And you can still show off your giant arms by, pulling it up a little bit. So I thought, okay, I don't believe you. But you're the expert. Here's the sweater. What else is going on? Grand Chess Tour Paris starts today. Is it today? Yeah, I think I'm the lead-in for the Grand Chess Tour. So no time to waste because they start at 2 p.m. whatever time zone we're in. CEST. And this is 12:30. And we have a lot of crushing to do. So let me abort my test game against Claudia here. I'm pro-choice. So, and start a new game. Do we have any challenges already? Here we go, yo. Tito Player. Where's Tito Player from? From Guinea? Wow. Is this my first opponent from Guinea? I can't remember. I'm not comfortable about I don't know. I'm thinking about doing guinea pig jokes, but maybe that's a very offensive thing to people from Guinea. So no, I can't do it. And I apologize if it is. Then again, I didn't do it. So we're playing c4, e6, g3, d5, bishop g2, which is a decent enough move order. Sometimes, well, it has pros and cons to delay d4 in these Catalan-like positions. d4 would lead us to a standard Catalan, while knight f3 gives black an extra option in form of d takes c4. Win after queen a4 check. It has its own body of theory. b6 I'm not sure about. Generally, I don't think b6 is the top choice theoretically, but generally speaking, I normally like this structure for white, even though, well, we're still in normal territory. But so if black wants to go b6, bishop b7, there is a reason they often start with c6 in order to recapture on d5 with a pawn. And again, nothing bad has happened yet. This is a perfectly normal position. You more often than not get out of what's called Queen's India move orders. And I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to play this. Is this a good move? I'm never sure about this structure either. We shall see. By the way, what's going on with the ratings on Chess24? I played some non-Banter Blitz, so just Blitz the other day, and I was very confused. I just kept pushing the 3 button, and I played some reasonably high rated guys, or, well, around 2600, 2700 maybe, who I did not feel very strong. And then I played some other guy with, I'm sorry I forgot all the names, or maybe I didn't forget. Anyway, I have a feeling we have rating inflation, but it's not all over the place. Like some guys with 2800-ish on Chess24 strike me as very strong players. And then some with a little less rating strike me as, I don't know, still strong players, but in real life probably they would be rated below 2000. So I was confused. I don't have a moral to the story. I'm not sure what can be done about it. I was just, yeah, I was confused about it. I'm also confused as to where to put the queen. Maybe here, now that rook d8 has been played, I can at least, you know, fool around with hinting at e4s or knight e4s or whatnot. Also after c5, d takes c5 is a bit of a factor that black is to consider. Knight c6, can I go knight d5? Ugh. Thinking, no, I can't. No, that doesn't work. So I'll just, you know, make half useful moves. Went knight a5 and then c5, which makes sense. Trying to figure out what to do. I think I want to take, but after bc, I'm still undecided. Not easy. Maybe I didn't play this particularly well. That's hard to believe. Let's attack something. It's the good old hanging pawns, but here my pawn structure is slightly, well, not broken necessarily, but it's not a pawn on g3 instead of a pawn on f4, which has pros and cons, but gives the position some extra spice. Generally the hanging pawns here, they can be an asset if they get rolling, but they can also be weak, and I hope to make them look weak. 94. Bishop e4, knight a4 would win a pawn, but it leaves my king very alone. Does that matter? Maybe the knight on e5 will do a good enough job of covering it, but I'm a little reluctant to do that, believe it or not. I can start with this and then see where that takes us. I don't know, I have a feeling I didn't make the best move. Maybe just knight takes e4 was right. Ah, yeah, just knight takes e4, I'm daydreaming. Sorry. Queen b4. Sorry to myself, like, I know you guys are used to watching very mediocre chess, combined with reasonably mediocre banter in these shows by now. But I'm still annoyed if I make dumb moves. So queen b4, takes. This endgame should be a little better for me. Just have to figure out how to do it. No, you don't say how to do it. I'm trying to calculate bishop e4, de, rook d8, rook d8, rook c5. Not making a lot of progress, but I'll still do it. It's also rook c1, when I could go bishop h7, Zwischenschach. But I don't have to. Mr. Dodgy is wondering, did I miss all the good stuff? Nah. Then again, the good stuff is not yet to come either. Today it's just gonna be, you know, the mediocre stuff. Here we go. Still don't see anything smarter than this. Now, for le coup de grâce. No idea what that means. My knight doesn't have that many squares. Maybe there's no coup de grâce apparent. Probably doesn't have anything to do with a German novelist. Is that the word? Günter Grass? Coup de grâce? Nah. And Udo is bitterly disappointed that today was gonna be a mediocre show. Just the day he made it to watch live. I feel your pain, Udo. Then again, best kept secret of Banter Blitz is most shows are kind of mediocre. But don't tell anybody. You know, in the old days, there wasn't anything else, so you could get away with not being that great. Nowadays, everyone's bantering, so you have to give the people something fresh, something new. So fresh and so clean. And some of the dinosaurs are slowly being overrun. Can you overrun dinosaurs? By this new generation of faster. Is there a new generation of dinosaurs? I have a feeling my analogy might be falling apart here. And speaking of faster dinosaurs, should I worry about his pawns queening at some point? Maybe later. Probably I'm lost. B3, and I will have the devious threat of giving. Hang on, here I can pick up a piece, right? I gotta hurry up a little bit. So sorry about. Well, I'm done apologizing for now. I also had knight of h8. Sorry for missing knight of h8. I might miss it once. I'm not gonna miss it twice. Ooh, so much drama in the first game. And the good news, however, is that Pramod NVS is with us. He's saying, cool t-shirt, Jan. It's a sweater, Pramod. Or do you mean the white t-shirt? Which is very cool, but it's very white too. But thank you anyway. I am very happy to have Pramod here with us, because Pramod, as I'm sure all of you know, has recently gotten married, and he's still adjusting to married life. And because of the customs, he is spending time to, I was gonna say pretend to be a good person, but probably Pramod is a good person. So to show he's a good person to his wife, and that has taken time out of his trolling Chess24 schedule, which is a big loss for Chess24. See how carefully I chose my words there? Anyway, glad to have you with us, Pramod. We have Pramod, we have Dodgy. Where's a vicious pawn? What else is going on? Anyway, hooray me. Great game, Jan. See some non-premium challenges. You guys know the rules. I can't do it. If you go premium, you can save 15% with the wonderful bonus code Janistan, which nowadays is a more prescient topic than ever, so I have to be careful about joking about it. But it will probably help your chances becoming a Janistan resident if you use that voucher code. So there you go. I don't know who to play. Maybe G-pawn? And Pramod is saying, yup, I missed the live broadcast during Norway Chess. And we missed you. I think I tweeted about the situation. That we had no Dodgy, no Pramod. And then we reluctantly decided to still do the show. But weren't really in it. G-pawn is pushing the C-pawn very early here, d4, c5. When d5 is clearly the best move. I never looked at it, and sometimes, or well, I'm sure I spent some time on d4, c5, d5, e5 at some point, but this line that G-pawn is blitzing out, I can say very genuinely, I have never spent any time on. I guess knight d5 is the most critical move, but then he's gonna blitz out knight d5, queen d5, knight c6 or whatever, so I'll just go ed, keep some pieces on the board and see where this takes us. How do I want to arrange my pieces? I don't want him to go bishop to g4 or bishop to f5, so hopefully this makes some sense. But G-pawn is not confused the slightest. He's blitzing out his agenda here. Wow. Note to self. Don't mess with the G-pawn. He knows his d4, c5s. Having said all that, I guess I'm still somewhat better, even though you could argue about this. but I like space in general. The problem is black's plan is rather easy. Bishop b7, I'm going to have to go bishop c4, a6, rook b8, b5. Well, I'm not so sure what I'm doing here. So maybe there is a reason why they do play knight takes d5, not e takes d5. I was hoping to surprise g-pawn, but look what happened. He knows this line inside out. Queen d7, see? Here comes the b5 push. All right. Is it time to stop whining and to try to start making moves? Nah, not yet. G-pawn, you're studying chess. Why don't you spend your studying time on some better opening than 1c5? Then again, I'm saying this as I'm probably slightly worse here against 1c5. So I'm sort of undermining my own argument. Still, c5, all this space on the first move. Just removing my bishop, nothing to see here. It was under attack, I had to move it. No threats. I like to move it. See? When I warned you guys it was gonna be a mediocre show, you probably thought, he can't mean I like to move it, saying out as mediocre. That's just plain terrible. Nope, that's my definition of mediocre. f5, am I lost? I might be lost. That'd be upsetting. Then again, I've been loster on this program. And yes, that is the correct grammatical form. So queen e2, c4, and I don't know what to do. I didn't think about f5. It's one of these moves that is so ugly that it might slip your radar. That's English, probably not. But it's clearly a strong move here, because now d5 is dropping, I have to go here. As I said, queen e2, which would be the normal move. Didn't seem to work because of c4, trapping the bishop. So I'm in trouble against the g-pawn. G-pawn. I'm still planning to win this game, somehow. Just so you know, g-pawn. Pawn down, here's the two bishops. I do have a hint of compensation because he had to play the, what do they call this? The Dutch move, 1f5. So it's not all bad, but it's mainly bad. Come on, g-pawn. By the way, it's a little ironic that I went bishop d3, expecting you to move your g-pawn, and then you played f5. Use the Facundo pawn, and are crushing me by showing amazing restraint with the g-pawn. Just saying. And here comes the g-pawn. Time for some empty gestures. Rook a8, rook a1. Bishop f6 also looks good. Oh, but I have tricks. Triples. I'm not sure if you guys know this about me, but I do get very, very excited when I spot a triple. Go. And here, once again, we see why the Dutch is such a terrible opening. 1f5. Weakening the king side. Now I'm a pawn up instead of a pawn down, which some people say is better. I'm one of those people. But it ain't over until Lenny Kravitz sings. More cheapos? Not yet. It's heartbreaking. Nah. No, it's one of those. White is a little better because of the extra pawn. Black has some hope for survival because of the two bishops. But if I can restrict the light square bishop. Then I'm probably in good shape. What's going on in the chat? Pramod NVS is saying, Jan, will you consider my friend request on Facebook? Wow, I had no idea, Pramod. As you know, I'm not active on Facebook, but I will consider your friend request. Generally, yeah, I normally only update it, like, I don't know, every couple months I click on some accepts. So, I'll get there. Apologies for missing it. Had I known it was you. Mr. Dodgy is saying, why did you hesitate before ND4? It's because I felt guilty about not having considered Pramod's friend request on Facebook. Also, I should stop being so slow. I should also not allow bishop a6. Oof, there's too much going on right now. I want to go here. Well, there's still bishop a6, so I'm not sure why I wanted to go there. Yeah, you do, whatever. You do you, g-pawn. Push the f-pawn. I'm not afraid. Tell me you're not afraid. What was the promise that you made? Gimme. I was afraid, I lied. Note to self, don't blunder this bishop because of some pin. Time to speed up a little bit. Position is very winning now. But, as we all know, the clock does matter in blitz chess. The end is near. Really? You want to go to Flagville? To the capital? Thanks for the game. G-pawn. Yeah, he outplayed me in the opening. I believe, as I pointed out, that knight takes d5 is probably the right move to play here. What am I missing in the chat? Pramod MVS is saying, well, Banter Blitz comes first in Banter Blitz. So first one has to respond to Banter, then think about Blitz. He's not wrong. Okay. More games. So what's happening with this Grand Chess Tour? It's same bunch of dudes as in Leuven, except we got Kramnik, Giri. Even though nowadays, that's the same team, right? Giri, Kramnik. It's like a tag team situation. Vladi, I'm exhausted. You go in. I don't know, Anish. You're still young. I don't have energy to play these 18 blitz games per day. I guess it's 9 blitz games, right? They had this crazy schedule the first time. The only time, actually, I was there. In Leuven, they had, I don't know, like 5 rapid games a day. That was quite heavy. And I was talking to Kramnik after one of these days, where 5 rapid games, where I think he didn't do well. And he could barely speak anymore. Note to self, don't talk to guys when they can barely speak. Wait until they recover. And anyway, I think they made this schedule a little lighter, and I'm not sure why Kramnik is not doing the whole thing. But he's clearly playing in this one, while we are playing a very sharp main line of the Semislav here against Ganymedis. In Paris. Kramnik used to be based in Paris now. As far as I know, he's in Geneva. Rikala is saying, I miss when Geary was top 10. Isn't he top 10? You know, we don't tolerate any Geary alternative facts on this program. So let me look that up instantly. He's number 6 in the world, Mr. Rikala. So how dare you? Yeah, these are lines from my childhood, knight b5, a, b, e, f. They reached a bigger audience after the Kramnik-Anand match in 28, where Vichy won 2 key games here. In my childhood, I used to play knight takes e5, knight e5, a, b, bishop b5, bishop d7, knight d7. And by childhood, I mean when I was like 18. I was slow to mature. And Prama MVS is saying, I'm happy that Anish is getting rest. Poor lad had a terrible time. Yeah, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe he's just not that good at Rapid and Blitz. But I believe that both Anish and Fabiano, they're both students of Churchilov, by the way. They're not that much into Rapid and Blitz in general. I don't think they have this competitive drive to take it as... They do have tremendous competitive drive. What I'm trying to say is, I think it's more limited to classical chess. And they are sort of the school. Rapid and Blitz, of course it matters, and I'll play, but it's not life and death, once again. Not literally, like a classical game. Well, for some of the other guys, Magnus or Hikaru, especially come to mind. Wesley has also recently pointed out that Rapid and Blitz is becoming more and more important. And for them, it is pretty much whatever they want to do. They just want to crush, and they have that drive. Well, my read is that Fabiano and Anish, they will still try to do well, but they don't consider it as important as any classical game. Which I can sort of relate to, because even now in my half-retired stage, I still find a classical chess game where you can win or lose rating to be incredibly important. While, you know, Rapid or Blitz game, you still try to win it, but it's not really life and death. And I'm not sure how the top players feel about this, but for me, the classical rating is still the one that matters. I understand there's also these universal rating attempts to, you know, have everything covered in one rating, and there are separate Blitz and Rapid ratings. But for me, it's still about the classical rating. So this thinking might be a little antiquated, but yeah, it's how I feel. What was this line again? b4? At some point it's supposed to go b4. Was it here? I wish I could remember. What's the point of b4 he would take, no? g3 is very ugly. King e7. Memory does not serve me well. I know this is supposed to be better for white after some intensive clicking, and I know some very quick b4 was involved, but that's pretty much it. So, what can I do about it? I can just play b4 and hope for the best. I'm not sure what happens after takes. Maybe the logic is just that, you know, it's a little slow, and then I'll develop bishop f4 will be one. Ask some questions. Mr. Dodgy is asking, do you think you're talented, Jan? I am, in general, a proponent of the talent is overrated theory, which is also a book I read, which I recommend, which studies like people we consider geniuses in most fields and looks at the fact that they started at a young age. Often they had a parent that was very supportive or very interested in them becoming great in that field, was active in that field, and so on and so forth. Like it covers guys like Warren Buffett, Tiger Woods, I think Mozart, and it finds that the one thing that everybody has done that's become any good at anything, and I'm not necessarily talking about myself, but it's putting in the hours. They call it deliberate practice. And I'm not sure, like I've heard smart people argue the opposite, so I'm really not that sure about it. But I'm not sure how important talent is in that. I think talent is mainly that we're drawn to stuff that we might be good at, and then we do put in the hours. But I we've talked about IQ with Svidler, even though IQ is not an exact science. I do believe that most good chess players are reasonably intelligent, but not genius level, like in numbers, whatever, 130 or something. And then if you put in the hours and have the passion, blah, 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 you can become reasonably good. So, did I answer the question? Probably not. What's the move? I don't know what to do. He's refused my pawn sacrifice. King d8 looks a little odd though, doesn't it? Can I take and then go b5? Seems a little slow as well. Not quite sure what goes where. And I forgot about the only idea black has on these lines, which is to play knight e5. So bishop b2 was sort of insane. I should have played g3. Yeah, g3 was the move. Ugh, it annoys me when I make dumb mistakes like that. That's very annoying. And now I'm in trouble, because that's literally the only idea black has. Or, whatever. Shouldn't have allowed that. Now, must give up all this material to stay alive. Sad. Pramod MVS is saying, Magnus remembered all countries' capitals at the age of 5. Yeah. Spills is saying, I've put in my 10,000 hours. Where's my GM title? I'm not sure playing Bullet qualifies. I'm not sure if Spills is playing Bullet either. But yeah, that's the tricky part of the equation, this, what they call deliberate practice. That you can always argue, yeah, but you didn't practice correctly or whatnot. So d3 I didn't understand. But I'll take it. No, I guess I'm winning. f6 is hanging and just looks bad for black, no? Rook c1, bishop f6, bishop d4. I still have these pawns. That looks pretty good. b8. Give me. Probably should find a win now after I claimed I'm winning. I can't, as usual. Let's go check and then think. Run! I don't know why I'm provoking king a7. Probably a useful move to begin with. Alright, not the most convincing conversion. Then again, I'm in flag mode, you know how it is. And I'm probably still winning rook b1. Rook a6, who knows. If in doubt, take pawns. And then pre-move stuff. I did win. Ganymede is lost on time, which is the sweetest victories. What's happening in the chat? Wow! Chessbra! Grandmaster Eric Hansen himself is joining us. He's saying, hey Jan, hey Eric, what's happening? Why are you awake? Isn't it like, I don't know. Isn't it like, I don't know, time zones? 6 a.m. where you at? I thought the Chessbra lifestyle was a lot of energy and partying, so are you coming home right now? What's happening there? He's saying, I didn't sleep yet because I'm a pathetic Ronaldo fanboy. That explains it. And I'm worried I'll sleep past the match. Wow. So why are you a Ronaldo fanboy? Because of the football skills or because of the metrosexual thing? Which one is it? Rosie Plus is asking, Jan, do you like ABBA's song Gimme Gimme Gimme? Because quote the lyrics all the time? Is that an ABBA song? I wasn't aware of that, frankly. But I'm sure I like it. Gimme Gimme Gimme? Let's find out. Gimme, 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 aber. Oh, I typed in gimme, fimmy, gimme. Did you mean gimme, gimme, gimme? I did mean that. Ah, gimme, 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 a man after midnight. Oh yeah, I've heard of that song. Oh no, I had no idea there was an ABBA thing. Thanks for pointing that out. Banter Blitz is supposed to be educational, as we all know. Alright, who's next? There's no noobs. It's very upsetting. We don't get noobs anymore. I need fresh blood. Well, because if not, then I'm left playing FIDE Masters. And you guys all know how much I struggle against FIDE Masters. Christian Silva. Mr. Dodgy is saying, my favorite... Oh, I should make moves. My favorite Ronaldo story is James signing for RM and turning up 2 hours early for his first training to make a good impression. It's James signing for Real Madrid. Ronaldo had been there 2 hours already. Wow. It's all the hard work stories again. Deliberate practice. Keep telling you guys. I saw the real Ronaldo, because I'm old, not like Eric. Like, to me, when you say Ronaldo, I think of the Brazilian guy. He was there at the opening ceremony, no? Had put on like a pound or two, maybe. But it was good to see him. I think that's the right way to live life. Be like a football superstar till you're whatever, 32. And then, you know, enjoy retirement in Brazil. Disclaimer, I have no idea what he's up to. What is this? Rook b8? Do they do that? I'll go c5, why not? See, Ricala is also old. He's saying, wait, there's two Ronaldos now. That's what I'm saying. The kids nowadays, they don't even call the other Ronaldo Cristiano Ronaldo. They just call him Ronaldo. They don't know. They didn't grow up with Ronaldo and Ronaldinho like we did. I don't know what's going on here. I should pay more attention to this game. Christian Silva is going to crush me. He's FIDE Master. I don't do well against FIDE Masters. Chessbra is asking, where's Robin? And no, Chessbra is saying Robin is busy selling his soul to the corporate lords. I don't know. Robin's back in, where is it? Amsterdam? I think he's in Amsterdam. I think he's sharing a flat with some, I was gonna say well-known chess personalities, but of course, not as well-known as the Chessbras. So, whenever I met Robin in Berlin at the Bundesliga weekend, and I think he's very business-minded. He's one of these smart guys who think, you know, chess was a nice hobby until I started getting serious and I studied and doing other stuff. So, I'm not sure if he's gonna be doing Banter Blitz in 15 years. He's probably gonna do real stuff. He's studying something smart, you know, international business, random stuff. Eric knows this better than me. What's going on here? I'm worse. That's a pity. Bishop d4, is it going to go e5? And bishop a7, rook b7, knight e3, queen c7, knight d5. Say I'm pretending to calculate, but that's queen c6. Yeah, this doesn't look great. All right. EYT is saying, in the past, almost beat Jan. Wow. Must have been before I became this very experienced Banter Blitzer. Look at this game. Crushing Christian Silva. Ricala saying, I bet I'm better at blindfold football than Ronaldo is at blindfold chess. Probably true. Once again, which Ronaldo? The thing is, I want to go bishop d4, but I want to do it with the idea to go knight e3, which would blunder knight takes e4. So in order to stop me from doing that, I'll go b3, because I would blunder at next move, bishop d4, rook fc8. I would go knight e3, and knight takes e4. Now I'm gonna blunder e5 at some point, because it's an anti-positional move, so they're easy to blunder. Like rook fc8, knight e3, e5, and then I have knight cd5. So I'll pretend to blunder that. Promote NVS is asking another important question. Where's Lawrence? I do not know. Lawrence is everywhere. He's all over the place. He's multi-platform, multi-businesses, multi-coins. That's about it. And Eric is saying, Jan, I came late. Did you make any NBA predictions? No, I'm not sure. Like this draft thing, okay. You can pretend to be a big expert and have your own mock draft, but I don't really know any of these guys. I think there's, as usual, a lot of discrimination against Europeans. And Luka Doncic is clearly the best player in this draft, so it's insane. He's not going to go number 1. I'm guessing Sacramento's bluffing and they will take him number 2. Then again, Sacramento. So who really knows? Other than that, I don't think you can win any pundit prizes for predicting that LeBron's going to go to the Los Angeles Lakers by now. That seems by far the most likely. What else is there? Chesper is saying lots of potential trades. Yeah, I don't know what this Kawhi Leonard situation is. Might still be sort of smoke screens. And they're meeting, right? Popovich and Leonard. And maybe they'll clear the air. Don't know. I'm guessing everyone's going to end up in LA. Paul George. Can they find a way? They can find a way to have Paul George, LeBron, and Kawhi there, right? Alright, I should try not to lose on time. I'm slightly better by now because of the pawn situation. But it's not that much either. And I've been slow. Don't know why I've been so focused on this game. That shall change now. D5. Ugh. So yeah, I started focusing too late when he has D5 already. But I'm gonna speed up now and pre-move E5. Or do I have Knight A5? Maybe I shouldn't pre-move E5. Knight A5 might be a better move. Chess is very tough. All these choices. King F7? You know how I feel about pawns. I just can't resist. It's probably not a great idea either. Ah, it's even losing a queen. That's too bad, isn't it? Queen D6, so tempting. But Queen A7, Queen B6, Bishop D4 check. It's a bit of a bad beat. So I'll pretend it was all part of... wasn't part of any master plan. That's sickening. See, one time I tried to be smart. This happens. Christian Silv, back in business. We back in the business. Back in the building. I'm trying hard not to blunder my queen, but let's face it, it's gonna happen. Bishop D4, Queen D4 check is already very lucky, because if not, there would be Queen E1 checkmate. So note to self, don't blunder that. A5, what's going on here? Can I take? You know I want to take all your pawns. I want to take off all my pawns for you. That's what you're into. Sorry, I have to speed up here for a bit. Because Christian Silva, he does not deserve the victory in this game. Let's face it, he had all these chances. And nothing is more sad than wasted talent. Did I just say I don't believe in talent? Is that not fitting with the narrative of this show? Who cares? Queen E1, make one active move, come on. One of these 50-50, but not even 50-50, because my queen was not hanging. So Queen C6, if I go King F2, you're still not winning. Therefore, it's probably minus EV to do that. Thanks for the game, Christian Silva. Or Christian Silv. Alright, chat, what are we talking about? Pramod MVS is saying, when Jan turns on his focus face with fingers on head, I feel headache is on the way. For you or for me? Like, does it give you a headache when I sit there like this? Or do you think I'm going to give myself a headache because of the pressure that I put on my, what's this called? Temples? See, it's amazing I know the word temples. For a foreigner, why would you know temples? I don't know. I like bragging about my English. Because frankly, Peter Svidler gets all the English love. Like, oh my god, Peter, you're Russian and your English is so good. I don't get any, even though I know words like temples. Can you believe that? Yeah, great game by me. Let's play another one. Let's play Surreal. This is gonna be surreal. Yeah, that was not the best pun ever made. And Pramod MVS is saying Peter crushed you. Wow, that's funny, Pramod. Boom. And he did crush you. Mr. Dodgy is saying, I've watched the Americans. Their English is way better. That's true. I haven't watched the Americans. Is it worth watching? Like one of these podcasts I listen to, The Watch. It's with this guy, Andy Greenwald. Isn't this the only trick in the book? If you allow me, the only trick in the book, I'll go for it. This guy, Andy Greenwald, he kept arguing for years that The Americans was the best show on TV. Yay me, I captured the queen. See? The only trick in the book. So, I've never watched The Americans. It sounded slow. Should I watch it, is my question. Eric is asking, are you up to date in Westworld? I'm not. I watched the first season and it felt like doing homework, really. Like you had to sit through all their stupid storylines and narratives. And there were no emotional stakes. I don't care about anybody. Or I didn't care about anybody. So I haven't started the second season. I guess I should. Because in order to be part of the cultural conversation, I guess it's fun to, I don't know, watch the episode, not understand what's happening, and then spend 5 hours trying to figure out what was happening. But I didn't care much about Westworld Season 1, to be frank. And Chessbra is also asking, any new shows for us common folk to watch? The thing is, to be frank, with Eric and everybody else, since I've become a father, that's gonna be my excuse for everything. The Banter Blitz show sucks. Yeah, blame my daughter. Since I've become a father, I have not spent as much time as I should, as a productive member of society, watching TV shows. So I don't have any great recommendations. Like, my TV watching is last night and the night before that, I binge watched The Ranch on Netflix, which is fairly mediocre comedy. But I started watching it, so I just went all the way. But when it comes to the cool stuff, I haven't finished Killing Eve, which people say is awesome. I've seen the first couple episodes, and I thought, it's alright. I wasn't sure if it was awesome. No, I know nothing. That's the truth. Now, whenever I find... Yeah, because I'm very busy, like doing 2 Banter Blitz shows a week. Whenever I find some time, I normally watch some... What do I watch? I watched this... Wild Wild Nation, is that what it's called? That was sort of fun. About this cult in Oregon in 83. But other than that, sorry guys, not very updated on TV shows. There's also this Football World Championship, which I don't care much about. That if it's on TV, it's hard to justify, watching Firefly. See, that's how out of touch I am. Firefly's on Netflix, I've never seen it, so I thought it's time. Hey, hang on here. I'm a queen up. Are you trying to checkmate me on the H-file? I'm too greedy to let you get away with such bluffs. Pramod MVS is asking, how's Marvel Cloak and Dagger? I'm enough of a nerd to have heard of Cloak and Dagger. It's these 2 B-list crime fighters. The one has a weird... One's a female that does not wear a lot of clothes. And the other one has this weird thing where he can make people disappear into. Is that correct? So, I don't know about Marvel's Cloak and Dagger, Pramod. No one except you will watch that show. I also haven't watched Altered Carbon. Well, Pramod keeps us updated on the 12-year-old superhero show's corner. He's saying Supergirl isn't super. Marvel fan forever. What's happening in Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Pramod? What's the latest twists and turns? Agent Coulton still alive? As for the game, I'm sure you guys will forgive me that I have not covered it in great detail. Ever since I took that queen, I like my chances. And Spills, wow. Spills is saying, I lived in Oregon in 1983. That cult was a strange thing. I can imagine. It seemed very, very strange. Strangely intriguing. And this, what's her name? Marshila Anand? I was a bit of a fan. She was, what's the word? Feisty, no? She had some drive. Scary, though. Speaking of scary, just for my entertainment, I will walk my king into the danger zone. And Udo saying this bashing Pramod's TV taste is not mediocre at all. He can take it. He can take it. And I'm right too, so. Ron King. Pramod is telling us, wow, it's scary stuff, that Coulson might die for the trillionth time. Kishan Patni is saying, I have not heard of any of these TV shows. Depends what you're talking about. If it's the shows mentioned by Pramod, you are correct never to have heard of any of those. It's the shows I mentioned. Yeah, Killing Eve is good. The other, you don't really need to know about. Are the checks over? You know what? You've scared me. I'll take your bishop. Because it was pinning my horsey. Not a fan. Mr. Dodgy is saying, I kind of admire the persistence of the guy asking 20 times about Germany versus Mexico. What did I miss? What's the question? What my thoughts about it are? I'm not a big football guy, so I can't say that my world collapsed or that I have any strategic insights, except for whatever this guy's name is, Kimmich, the guy who does the Gillette commercials, but seems to have more facial hair than me. Maybe if you're, I don't even know the terms in English. What's the word? Lateral, right, back, whatever, defender? See, after bragging about my English, like, my vocabulary is falling apart quickly. Anyway, that guy, why don't you run back? Come on, Kimmich. That was embarrassing. And then I think I've used most of the material I had on this, and I feel slightly bad making these jokes in this climate. But I personally thought that Mexico was against building the wall, and I was a bit surprised that they're cool with it if Germany pays for it. So that was, the main takeaway I had from it. Now, of course, for Les Allemands, the defending world champion, it's a bit of a big game against Sweden on Saturday, when I think if they don't win, this might be it. And I've been told some statistics that the last two defending world champions, Italy, is that statistics or just random facts? Italy and Spain didn't make it out of the group phase next time around. Therefore, yeah, I don't care enough to be genuinely worried, but looks like this could be over soon. And Pramod MVS is asking, does climate affect your sense of humor? For sure, I'm very much pro climate change. This is, as I've mentioned, the goal nature of climate change. We've had 6 weeks of summer in Germany, in Hamburg, where it normally rains and it's 5 degrees all year long. But all of May was fantastic. And I'm not sure if it affects my sense of humor. Like normally, like many professional comedians, such as myself, I do worry that if I get comfortable or enjoy life, it might, might stop me being funny, because the cranks out the jokes. But no, I do think It's nice when the sun is shining. And I don't know, I have to look up on climate change. Probably it's a bad thing long term. But if it gives us some good summers, like, you know what? I'm on board. And aggregators. Don't quote me on that. I am half joking. All right, more chess games. Let's play our very old friend Artur Nawrowski, who's been here forever. How's it going, Artur? And Mr. Dodgy is saying, Jan will be less happy when Hamburg is under the sea. Are you sure about that? Don't forget, I grew up on a boat. I'm very comfortable on the sea. Ross Pilach is asking, Jan, do you visit German coast from time to time? Or are you a Thailand guy? Yeah, I'm more of a Thailand guy or a Spanish coast guy. I visited the Mediterranean last weekend. Went to my village in Spain. Had some lovely days in Vinaros. Shout out to Vinaros. That's not my village. My village is Alcanar. But I spent a lot of time on the Vinaros or Las Casas de Alcanar beach, which, yeah, was beautiful. Vinaros, nice place. So no, I don't go much to the German Ostsee. Or Hamburg has a beach, believe it or not. The Elbstrand. I've been there twice in my life. So yeah, I don't do a lot of beaching. I do a lot of bitching on these shows, but not a lot of beaching in Hamburg. And Artur, so far so good. This was a standard Marocci, but don't play e5 here. That is, you know, crippling your own fianchetto bishop, your strong dragon bishop. Now it doesn't have a clear side on this diagonal. That's one problem of it. The other is you're weakening these two squares, d6 and d5. So e5, I understand, you might be shooting for a structure similar to the King's Indian, but it's a big positional concession. So don't do it unless you have a really good reason for it. Chess Energetic keeps asking everybody if they have ICC. I don't know what that ICC is you're talking about. And Eric is saying, no sir, I'm a modern man. Tinder and Bumble. See, I'm so old I don't even know what Bumble is. Let me Google Bumble. What are you crazy kids using these days? Bumble? Is that another dating app? Dating friends and networking. So you can date your friends and network with them? Bumble, meet new people. Ugh, I don't even know the people I know. I don't even like the people I know, I was going to say. So meet new ones sounds scary. Knight d4, that's not a bad move. Trying to complicate the issue a little bit. I guess I could take knight d4, ed, queen d4. I don't really see any overly scary reactions. Or I could just, you know, keep all the advantages of my position by going bishop e3. Which I think I'll do. Because I don't want Artur to have any fun. Like knight d4 is probably objectively a better move. But I don't want your pieces to get all jumpy on me. Rika La is asking, Eric, do you use AOL Instant Messenger? Actually, this is a little embarrassing. Or is it? I figured out not very long ago that AOL was charging me, whatever, 10 euros a month. And it was not easy to get out of that. Because I used AOL Instant Messenger. I had an AOL email account. And turns out they find ways to charge you for a long time. And Eric is saying, I haven't used AOL in the last 10 years. Neither have I. That's the problem with it. And shout out to AOL. It's like Pramod NVS being a Chess24 premium user and never showing up. That's the story with my AOL account. Kishan Patni is saying, I hate the correct pronunciation of fianchetto. I guess you then probably like me bungling your name, Kishan Patni. And Mr. Dodgy is asking, good lord, how many years were AOL charging you for? Must have been a while, right? Like 2000 maybe? 99? And Ricala is saying, I thought they got sucked into Time Warner and died. Yeah, but I think Telefonica, someone, you know, someone found a way. How do I make Artur Nawrowski suffer for all my AOL suffering? I might be exaggerating a little bit on the not too long ago, it's been a while, but careful there. If you do have IOL, check your accounts. As for the position, I'm doing pretty well. Mr. Dodgy is saying, I pronounce it Funketto, and no one ever questions me. Is it fun though, if you have all these holes around your king? I don't know, man. Artur is doing well, hanging in there. But yeah, ever since e5, this has been tough. And here after bishop e3, he also should not really give me that pawn. Just take on e2 or c2. And the game continues. Oh, I should probably stick to this screen. I'm sorry, I never know. This is only like episode, if we count the live stream shows, 200 something. So I never know how much I should interact with the chat, because I'm aware that you guys, if you watch this later, you don't have the chat on your screen. So you might not always know what I'm talking about. And I'm trying to use the best practice of saying what people are talking about. But still, I understand it's a little weird if I just stare that direction and talk about the chat. So, Pramod MVS is saying, I don't pronounce at all. So you just don't speak, or are you saying, I don't know what you're saying. That's the problem, Pramod. I always need like more detail on whatever statement you're making. It normally does not stand for itself, but you need to elaborate. If you say, I don't pronounce at all, are you saying you mispronounce everything? You just pronounce every word the way you feel it should be pronounced? You're saying that your accent makes the pronunciation different? What are we talking about here? Thanks for the game, Artur Nawrowski, which, yeah, what are the turning points? Of course, here, it's already quite tricky. But yeah, strategically it's very important, as I mentioned, not to play this move e5 and say go d6, castles, and then, you know, either knight d7, knight c5, or bishop e6, rook c8, a6, see what happens. Because of e5, yeah, you're really hurting your long-term chances for activity. Then knight d4, I didn't hate, but after bishop e3, don't just give me that pawn. Thanks for the game though, Artur. Let's play Mr. Udo. That's my move. Does white start? It's so confusing. Alright. c4. The problem with c4 is they go e5, and they already have all the space in the center. Knight c6, I learned, I think from Marion's book, that you don't go bishop g2 because of something, but you start with knight to c3. And against this stuff, I don't really know what to do, so I'll pretend I'm, you know, a big student of the game, and I looked at this, what's called Botvinnik System, where you go e4, which looks weird, but you make a case for it, I guess, blah blah, central control, and hope for the best. As usual, hope for the best is a strong part of what I'm doing here. What do? Do you go knight to d5 or bishop e3 or both? I guess I'll start with this. Looks logical after he went bishop e6 and he can't take it to put a knight here. Now we shall go here. Knight d8. Is this how chess is played? I don't know. He wants to go c6, which makes some sense. I'm a center guy. If you give me the chance to go d4, even d-late, I'll do it. D-late. It's time to talk like Trump. D-late. Is that how he talks? I don't know. I'm not enough of a center guy to go d5, even though with the knight on d8, it's sort of tempting. But expecting black to seek some counterplay with f5. I prefer to keep the center half open. Ross Pilach is saying, yup, it is Botvinnik System, but usually it is played against the Sicilian, e4, c5, c4, etc. I hate to argue, but I think you're wrong, sir. I think this is a better Botvinnik System, the one I played. And e4, c5, c4 just looks sort of ridiculous, no? Knight c6, g6. Ridiculous a bit strong, but not that threatening. Bishop d7 doesn't look that threatening either. I guess I'll put some pieces towards the center. And Prama is saying, Jan, you played e4 burring your g2 bishop. Chess is confusing. Yeah, I sort of agree. It's not the most teachable moment after I just yelled at Artur for playing e4 and burring his bishop on g7. Things are a little different here. But for beginners, I'm not calling Artur a beginner. I'm just saying it's a weird concept, or Pramod. It's a weird concept to bury your bishop here, and I'm not sure I'm really behind it. That's why I said it's this confusing Botvinnik system. It's much more natural to play e3, knight e2. And I'm guessing you could argue, but white can control the d4 square, and this grip on d5 matters, blah, blah, blah. But in general, I'm with you for criticizing me for doing that. It's a bit strange, this Botvinnik system. Brahman is saying Robin showed a g5 line against e4, c5, c4 system in his Taimanov series. Also makes sense. Knight c6, how do you do it? I know, I guess he already has a pawn on e6. Oh yeah, it must have been e4, c5, knight f3, e6, c4, no? Knight c6, knight c3, g5. Is that what you mean, Pramod? See? It's fake news if you say e4, c4, c4 he showed a g5 line. Because I think he showed a different c5 line. Alright, what do I do? Takes, bishop g5. Slightly better. b3, yeah, slightly better too. Grandmasterly decision making. Oh, hang on. What time does this football game start? I have to do my tips. I'm in this office, what do you call it? Fantasy World Championship thingy. And I don't think I've done tips for today yet. Who's playing? Oh no, I did something. Portugal, Morocco, I said 2-0. Sounds about right. Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, I said 3-0. That might be low. Maybe I should make it 4. Nah, 3-0 is fine. Iran, Spain 0-2. Yeah, those are solid tips. As for the position, solid 2. White is a little better, but I never really know what to do as usual. Maybe pretend to triple rooks on the d file. Something. Rikala is saying, Jan, I know this isn't an opening claim, but as Ned Stark used to say, everything before the word but is, what did he say, horse poop? No, those are too strong words for this program. But do you have any idea why e4, e5, knight c3 is so unpopular? It doesn't make a lot of sense. You gotta, challenge the center. Knight c3, knight f6, what's your point? I know it's quiet, but things like Jocko piano used to be too quiet to play, but has recently gotten much more relevant. Yeah, but Jocko's piano is sort of directed towards the center, no? e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, what do you want to do? f4, d5 is sort of nonsense. And g3, I guess you can play, but black has too many systems that I find, like c6, d5, bishop c5. So I'm not particularly surprised it's not more popular. I should be grabbing some more space. But maybe I'll conclude the tripling first. Speaking of tripling, what happened to Jean Triplehorn? She was set to be a star after Basic Instinct. But has she had a great career in movies after that? And 33 GMs is saying, I think that was Benjamin Star. I think you're not wrong, as Uncle Benjamin used to say. I apologize. What am I doing? Queen b6 is ridiculous. I apologize for Queen b6 too. I was embarrassed by my lack of Game of Thrones accuracy. Yeah, I haven't played this well. I should have made some empty gestures on the king side instead of randomly moving around. But randomly moving around, trying to win on time, is sort of what we do on this program. Primal MVS is saying, Mr. Dodgy, please don't tell that meaning that horse beep 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 is bad. He loves horses. Please don't tell that to Vishy. He loves horses, but only when they're on chessboard. I have news for you, Pramod. Horses on the chessboard do not poop. So I think even that information would not ruin Vishy's love for horses, or knights, as many people call them. Enrica is saying, I guess I was thinking specifically using Vienna to get into a delayed King's Gambit. Yeah, that line is bad. e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, f4. And everybody sort of knows what to do, d5. So yeah, don't do that, Ricala. b5. Speaking of b5, wow. Drama, baby. Should I take or first think and then take? Those are the options, because we know I'm taking. Is this a good move? Does this work? Maybe it works. Ugh. I have no time to think about stuff. Maybe bishop f1 was good. Who knows? Rook b8. Let's get rid of some stuff. What is this? Gonna be some 3 versus 4 endgame? I'll win on time, I guess, but how happy will I be? Oh no, I can't even take. Yay. Great job, Jan. Bishop c4, rook b4. Now I'm worse. Oof, that's pathetic. This is very embarrassing. Go away. Here we got our 4 versus 3. Of course, reasonably drawish. This increases my chances, but some people could argue was maybe connected to the clock situation. I'm not one of those people, of course. Thanks for the game, Udo. Rita Kortl is saying, Jan, last time you said that you are bored of playing the Mora. Never. Never would I ever get bored of playing the Mora. It's not a good opening, though, and I'm not much of an e4 player. So, yeah, please do not say, I picked up the Mora because Jan played in Banter Blitz. It's not a good opening. You're pawn down. What's the time? 2 more games? 3 more games? I gotta quit before the Grand Chess Tour starts? Or do I? Maybe I'm too legit to quit. What's too legit to quit? Why is that in my head? Some very old hip-hop? Too legit to quit. MC Hammer, wow. I'm not sure we can call MC Hammer hip-hop. See? Google that, Eric Hansen. MC Hammer. Those are my references. Not Bumble. Let's play the good old Taimanov. I don't really know the Taimanov, but I played it from like 16 till 18, somewhere in that range. Oh, and he's going for all the funky stuff. I don't know this stuff. What am I supposed to do? I guess get pieces out. I think in the new opening claim we'll have a question about Queen f3, which I genuinely do not know. And Chessbra is saying MC Hammer is one of the few names he does recognize. In which is fair enough. I guess MC Hammer is big enough that everyone should have heard of him. b5 looks wrong. Bishop e2 looked wrong too, so I guess knight e5, and then bishop b4 was already a decent way to punish it. After b5, knight c6, I might have regretted my move order. MC Hammer, I think, is a little before my time even. I'm looking him up now. When was You Can't Touch This? MC Hammer. Stanley Kirk Burrell, born in '62. Better known by his stage name MC Hammer, or simply Hammer. I might lose on time while I'm trying to figure out when Can't Touch This was published. Is this from the Let's Get It Started album in 1988? Wow, Too Legit to Quit is 1991. Can't Touch This. Can't Touch This is 1990. And Can't Touch the A3 pawn. Probably Can't Touch This, no? Bishop A3, BA, Queen C3, Queen E5. No, it doesn't look like that works. Which is a bit of disappointment. And Kishan Patni is saying, you can't touch this? I thought there was a chess tournament rule. No, the chess tournament rule is, you can touch this, but you got to move it. So that's slightly different. Tom Tiger is saying, Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer is a fantastic TV show. Since people were asking for TV show recommendations earlier, go rewatch Sledgehammer. I'm not sure if they should trust me on this. But yeah, do it. Can I take now? I really want to take. Come on. Mr. Dodgy is saying the MC in MC Hammer stands for Man of Christ. He's an ordained minister. I find that hard to believe. Like the ordained minister, I believe. But the MC stands for Master of Ceremony. You cannot fool us. Rikala is saying, mid-90s, MC Hammer was my AOL ringtone. Wow, way to bring the AOL callback there by Rikala. But no, I think it's late 80s, early 90s mainly, no? That's why I said it's slightly before my time, because I'm really a kid of the 90s. I grew up on a boat and in Spain. We didn't have nothing, except for the boat and the house in Spain. So I really started following music when we came back to Germany in, when was it, the early 90s? 91 maybe? Yeah, around that time. Good times. Roxette, Joyride. I had impeccable taste. Alright, can I do some impeccable takes here? Bishop e4, fe94, nah. That knight f5 worries me slightly. Maybe I should castle. I'm allowed to castle, right? Or rook d3, does that worry me? Oof. Too many problems. Too little time. And Mr. Dodgy, now he's backing up his claims with facts. While I'm losing on time. Was this a 3-minute game? Who knew? Ooh, barely made it. I was not fully aware that I had like 6 seconds left there, till a little while ago. Thanks for the game, Admirim I, and sorry for the lack of attention paid, but we had important MC Hammer controversies to settle here. So Mr. Dodgy is saying, during an interview on TBN between 1997 and 1998, Hammer claimed he adopted the MC back into his name, which now stood for Man of Christ. So originally it stood for Master of Ceremony, when it was first there, right? Then he changed it into Hammer, maybe because he lost his Master of Ceremony skills and became a Man of Christ, and then re-adopted the MC to make it stand for Man of Christ. Can we agree on that chain of events? Well, this is more complicated than finding out what timeline we're in Westworld. Anyway, last game. I'm going to the movies tonight. I will watch Hostiles. I had a choice between, Netflix and chill. I do know what that means. But between watching Netflix, watching Friends at home, and I thought Friends, not really my thing. I'll go to the movies, watch Hostiles, which I hope Christian Bale shoots a lot of people. So, it's gonna be good. I have some noobs here. Who shall I play? Maybe Rayleigh? Where's Rayleigh from? From Macedonia. I heard there was some agreement between Macedonia, or the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, and Greece recently about the names. So you guys are called Macedonia and the other is Northern Macedonia, or what's the agreement? Pramod MVS is saying, Jan, any new video series? Something against 1 Knight f3 and 1 c4? Yeah, that series will be done one day or another, like the part 5 of the d4 repertoire, if you will, against c4 and 1 Knight f3. Then I have some 1 Knight f3 files for white. In general, I'm reluctant to do white repertoires because they can never stand the test of time, because the nature of chess to me is like, should be a draw. So if you do a white repertoire, many of the lines you will be giving are equal, and then people are asking, why do you give me a white repertoire that's equal? Or you have to do the thing that some authors do, where you give lines as better for white, and then you leave a little footnote or are saying this move is also interesting, and only hint at the way to equalize for black, which I don't like doing. So white repertoires are a bit annoying to do for me. But having said that, I will possibly one day start some 1 Knight f3 stuff from the white perspective. Other than that, I thought maybe I should stop being a one-trick opening pony and do something else. But I'm not really interested in anything else. So I was thinking, do you guys have any topics? Like, I don't have a favorite chess player, but I can just pick one and pretend he's my favorite player and say, look at his beautiful games. Or, yeah, what could I do? Like the Rook Up series, but I think I will first wait how the book sells and then see if I want to take this digital as well. So I don't think the Rook Up thing, I'm playing horribly by the way, will be turned into a book anytime soon. I don't know, will be turned into a video series anytime soon. F4 was terrible too. I should have played bishop g5. Okay, focus. Enough terrible moves. Queen c4? Gimme! My queen is not hanging, sir. Mr. Dodgy is saying most of us are praying for equality with white. Maybe that's the one thing I'd be really qualified to do. How to force a draw with white in all the lines. But I don't know. Is that the... I do have that expertise. I'm not even kidding. But I'm not sure it's a very sexy topic. I spent enough. of my formative years. No, not even of my formative years. Of my chicken grandmaster years. Trying to force draws with white. So I'm good at that. But yeah, it's tough to do. Mr. Dodgy is saying the logical step is building your e4 repertoire. It's inevitable. Nah, Mr. Dodgy, it's not happening. We're gonna have to wait for the cross-marketing till you do your d4 stuff. Brown is saying Slav and semi-Slav video series. That's still sort of openings, first of all. Secondly, semi-Slav, I'm out of touch and I don't really want to revisit it. And yeah, I'm done doing black repertoires against 1d4 for now. I can't like publish a new repertoire against 1d4 every two years. I think, I was going to say 2 months. I thought, okay, who are we kidding? No, I think I want to do something else. I'm open to suggestions. And then I will probably belittle you for your suggestions. That's how stuff works. Is belittle the right word? Mock? I don't know. Richter Kotler saying a Mora series. That would be amazing. Yeah, I guess Radio Jan would have to do it. I can't sit there with a straight face and say the Mora is good. Pramo MVS is saying, once you build your 1e4 repertoire, you will regain the Bangkok Open crown. Yeah, it's like crack cocaine. I'm not sure about crack cocaine, because frankly, I've never taken it, and I'm not recommending it. But yeah, I've been chasing that elusive Bangkok Open crown. I won it in my first appearance, very undeservedly. No, that's not true, very deserved, in 2011. I have not won the tournament since. That's sickening. It's tearing me apart. Mr. Dodgy is saying, Jan Gustafsson's spicy gambits. Yeah, it's pretty much Jan Gustafsson's Marshall Gambit. It's the only gambit I've ever looked at. And Chapa Capacha saying, because Jan spent an extra 30 minutes on his head this morning, I get to catch the end of the show. Booyah! You keep spreading this lie that the show started late. It didn't. It was announced for 12:30. Started 12:30. So what are you talking about, Chapa Capacha? Maybe it's a time zone thing? Joe, before I start accusing people, I should probably check. Maybe someone scheduled this as earlier. I don't think so. Rikala is calling me out for not doing my research on crack cocaine. I understand. But you know, it's a family show, so once in a while, gotta add these disclaimers. And I'm a reasonably boring drug user. I've never made it past weed, which is probably a good thing. Mr. Dodgy is saying, it's a series where you try to recommend a gambit, but by the end of each video you conclude that it's terrible. So it's just refuting gambits? That could be. Well, that's mainly the opening clinic, right? A show where I tell people that bad openings are bad. Oh yeah, and there might be something there. I'll think about it. Before that, I should stop procrastinating on the C4 knight f3 repertoire business, which, yeah, I understand, is not the most sexy video series in the world, but you gotta do it for completeness sake. So, should get that out of the way. Prime IVS is saying, speaking of draws with white, Jan almost managed to draw the first round of Bangkok Open. I was black though, so my opponent almost managed to draw with white. And yeah, very hurtful, Pramod. Very hurtful. Mr. Dodgy is saying, the key is that you start each video optimistic and full of hope, but gradually your character falls into despair, abandons the gambit. But I know already that they're junk. How can I fake being optimistic and full of hope? Also, why am I allowing him to queen his h-pawn here? That might be wrong. Check. Convincing technique, as usual, ladies and gentlemen. Can I checkmate him somehow? I'd like to checkmate you, sir. If that doesn't work out, I'll flag you. But I'd like to checkmate you, just, because then I can say, I checkmated Rayleigh. I'm so dumb. Rook G6. H1 Queen was not the toughest candidate move to consider. So now, I still like to checkmate you. Because, then I could say I checkmated Rayleigh. That was an embarrassing final moment. to play Rook G6, intending Bishop F3 checkmate, instead of, any decent move. I'm not sure if there was a decent move, so I'll just brush it under the carpet and pretend, instead of playing one of the many winning moves, I allowed H1 Queen. Sort of stopping Bishop F3 checkmate. Anyway, good game, Rayleigh. Apologies for the late game antics. Rikala is asking, wait, Banter Blitz is ending. What the heck am I supposed to do with the rest of my day? There is the Grand Chess Tour starting now. If you're watching this live, you can watch the Grand Chess Tour Paris. At least I think it's starting now. Then there is the match Portugal-Tunisia, some highly important football game. Portugal-Morocco, I apologize. You could watch that. You could, I don't know, study the Mora Gambit. You could go for a walk, breathe some fresh air. You could binge watch The Wrench on Netflix. There's so many options to spend this day. You could work, crunch some numbers, because I believe that Rikala is a mathematician. I'm not sure. I'm just judging from the profile picture. So yeah, you have options there, Rikala. And Chapa Capace says, oh, I get it. Jan wants to watch Portugal-Morocco. Nah, I'll spend some time on Opening Clinic 20. I'll read through your very exciting questions. Come up with smart answers. All right, see you guys later. Bye.